In 1985, Costco started selling a hot dog and a soda for $1.50. They are still selling it today, same price, 40 years later. Through recessions, supply chain collapses, a global pandemic, and the worst inflation America has seen in 4 decades, the Costco hot dog has never moved. Not once, not a single cent. Now here is what makes that strange. Costco is not a charity. It is one of the most profitable retail operations on the planet. Its CEO knows exactly what inflation does to food costs. And yet, when a former CEO once suggested raising the hot dog price, the founder Jim Sinegal looked him dead in the eye and said, and this is a real quote, "If you raise the price of the hot dog, I will kill you." So why would one of the wealthiest retailers in the world deliberately lose money on food? Because the hot dog is not the product. You are. And once you understand that one sentence, you will never look at Costco or any business the same way again. Let's start with the facts. Because on paper, this business should not exist. Costco charges you money before you are allowed to buy anything. You pay an annual membership fee, $65 for a basic membership, $130 for the premium tier E, just for the privilege of walking through the door. Most retailers spend millions trying to get customers inside their stores. Costco makes you pay them first. Then, once you are inside, the margins are almost offensive in how thin they are. The average retailer marks up products somewhere between 25 and 50%. That is how they make money. That gap between what they pay and what you pay, that is the entire game. Costco's average markup, 11%, on everything. And they have a self-imposed internal rule that caps it there. No exceptions. There is almost no advertising. While competitors run Super Bowl spots and flood your social feeds with promotions, Costco essentially says nothing. Their marketing budget is, by the standards of a $240 billion company, nearly invisible. The product selection is baffling if you come from normal retail. A typical supermarket carries around 30,000 different products. Costco carries approximately 4,000. Walk into a Target, you have options. Walk into Costco, you get one kind of ketchup. Maybe 2 if you're lucky, and the stores themselves look like someone forgot to finish building them. Concrete floors, fluorescent lights, products sitting on pallets the way they arrived from the warehouse. No fancy displays, no mood lighting, no carefully curated atmospheres designed to make you feel something. It looks like a distribution center that accidentally started selling to the public. By every conventional rule of retail differentiation, ambiance, customer acquisition, margin management, this model should collapse. It violates almost everything business schools teach about how to run a store. And yet, Costco is the 3rd largest retailer on the entire planet. Only Walmart and Amazon sit above it. Its revenue crossed $240 billion. Its stock has compounded at a rate that has made long-term investors very, very wealthy. It operates in 14 countries. And its customers do not just shop there, they love it. Genuinely, almost irrationally love it. So either everything we know about retail is wrong, or Costco knows something everyone else doesn't. Here is the number that changes everything. In a recent fiscal year, Costco generated roughly $7 billion in operating income. That sounds enormous, and it is. But in that same year, membership fee revenue was approximately $4.6 billion. Almost no operating costs attached. Nearly pure profit. Let that land for a moment. The fees that members pay just to walk through the door account for the overwhelming majority of Costco's actual profit. Strip away the membership revenue and the retail operation, the buying and selling of billions of dollars worth of products generates margins so thin they barely register. Which means something radical is true. Costco could theoretically sell every single product at cost. Zero markup, no profit on anything you put in your cart. And the company would still be profitable. The membership fee is not an entry ticket. It is the entire business model. The warehouse is just the proof that the membership is worth it. Now think about what this does to the psychology of every decision Costco makes. When your profits come from selling products, you are always in tension with your customers. Every dollar of markup is a dollar more for you and a dollar less for them. The interests are structurally opposed, but when your profits come from membership fees, the math flips completely. The cheaper the products, the more valuable the membership. The more valuable the membership, the more people renew. The more people renew, the more fee revenue. Costco's interest and the customer's interest become the exact same thing. This is not a coincidence. It was the design, and the numbers prove it works. Costco's membership renewal rate sits above 90%. 90%. In a world where streaming services fight to keep subscribers and gyms pray you forget to cancel, Costco retains 9 out of every 10 members, year after year, almost automatically. Because here is what happens when you pay that membership fee. You are no longer a customer browsing options. You are an investor protecting a position. You paid to get in. Now, every shopping trip is your brain's way of justifying that payment. Psychologists call it sunk cost behavior. Costco calls it Tuesday. And those members, the ones who renew without thinking, who plan their weekends around Costco runs, who bring their parents and their college kids and evangelize to every friend who has not joined yet, those members are also Costco's entire marketing department. The company spends almost nothing on advertising because its customers do it for free, with more credibility and enthusiasm than any campaign could manufacture. Most businesses pray customers come back. Costco makes them pay in advance to guarantee it. Now let's talk about what is actually inside that warehouse, because the product strategy is just as ruthlessly intelligent as the membership model. Start with Kirkland Signature. If you have been to Costco, you know the name. It is on everything: olive oil, coffee, vitamins, luggage, dress shirts, golf balls, wine. It is Costco's private label brand, and it has become something almost no store brand has ever achieved: genuinely trusted. Here is why. Kirkland products are, in many cases, manufactured by the exact same companies that produce the premium brands sitting next to them on the shelf. The same factory, the same recipe, sometimes literally the same product in a different box at a lower price. Kirkland's premium vodka was produced by the same distillery as Grey Goose. Their batteries test comparably to Duracell. Their olive oil has won blind taste tests against brands that cost twice as much. Costco can make this happen because of what the limited SKU count actually does. When you only carry 4,000 products, and you are doing the volume Costco does, every single supplier relationship is worth an enormous amount. A manufacturer who gets a Costco contract is getting access to millions of loyal, high-income customers in a single deal. They will negotiate. They will compromise. They will manufacture a Kirkland version if it means keeping the contract. Costco's restraint, its refusal to carry 17 varieties of the same thing, is actually its greatest source of leverage. Then there is what Costco members call the treasure hunt. Wander past the predictable staples, the giant tubs of mayo, the 50-pack of paper towels, and you will find things that have no business being there: a cashmere sweater, a kayak, a diamond ring, a drone. Here for 3 weeks, gone forever. No restock, no rain check, no online option. You either buy it now or you lose it. This is not random. It is engineered urgency. It makes every Costco visit feel less like a grocery run and more like an expedition. Members come in for chicken and leave with patio furniture they did not know they needed and cannot believe they almost missed. Charlie Munger, Warren Buffett's partner, and one of the sharpest business minds of the 20th century, said that Costco was one of the most admirable businesses in America. He held the stock personally, because he understood that what Costco had built was not just a retail operation, it was a trust machine. Every product, every price, every policy was designed to make the customer feel one thing. Costco doesn't just sell you products, it sells you the feeling that you won. Every single time. So what is the actual lesson here? It is not about bulk retail. It is not about warehouse stores or private label strategy or employee compensation benchmarks. Those are tactics. The lesson underneath all of it is something much more transferable. Costco succeeded because Jim Sinegal asked a question that most businesses never think to ask. Where does the value actually live in this model? Not where does the revenue come from? Not what do we sell, but where is the real engine? What is the thing, if we got it exactly right, that makes everything else work? For Costco, the answer was the membership, the trust. The relationship that began the moment someone handed over $65 and said, "I believe you will be worth it." And then Costco spent the next 50 years making sure that belief was never wrong. Every business has a version of this question buried somewhere underneath the obvious revenue line. The restaurant that thinks it sells food but actually sells a room where people feel important. The software company that thinks it sells a product but actually sells the relief of not having to think about something anymore. The retailer who thinks they sell products but actually sells the feeling of winning. Find the real engine. Build everything else around it. And never ever compromise it for a short-term gain, even when someone suggests raising the hot dog price. Because Jim Sinegal built one of the most remarkable businesses in American history. And he would like you to remember that he would kill you before he raised that price. Some principles are not negotiable. And that is the real playbook, not the tactics, not the margins. The philosophy underneath all of it, that if you find where the value truly lives and you protect it like a religion, the numbers take care of themselves. Costco has been proving that for 50 years. And most people walk past it every single time they grab a hot dog. Now you won't. If this gave you a new way of seeing business, hit subscribe because this is exactly what we do on Billionaire's Playbook. Every week we take the companies, the founders, and the moments that shaped the modern economy and we show you what was actually happening underneath the surface. The strategy, the psychology, the decisions nobody talks about. You have been watching Billionaire's Playbook. We will see you in the next one.